The field was old, not just old in age, but old in memory, so old that it felt alive, as if the earth itself remembered every footstep, every scream, every drop of blood and sweat that had soaked into it over generations. The red soil stretched endlessly toward the horizon, cracked and dry under the unforgiving sun. In the distance, low hills stood motionless, like silent witnesses who had seen too much to ever speak again. The sun burned high in the sky. The air trembled with heat. And in the center of that vast, open field stood a boy. His name was Ayan. He was only 17 years old, an age when life should feel light, when dreams should still be stronger than fear. But Ayan's childhood had ended long ago. His shoulders carried a weight far heavier than his years, a burden that would have crushed many grown men. Standing before him was the creature the entire village feared. Black Shah, the beast everyone whispered about. Black Shah was no ordinary bull. He was massive, towering, his body built like a living fortress. His skin was deep black, polished by dust and sweat, shining under the sun like dark iron. Beneath it, thick muscles shifted and tightened with every breath, powerful and restless, as if a storm lived inside him. His horns curved outward, long and sharp, natural weapons shaped by time and survival. Around his neck hung a thick iron chain. A chain meant to control him. A chain meant to protect others. A chain that had become a symbol of fear. Whenever Black Shah moved, the ground trembled beneath his hoofs. Dust rose into the air, and even the bravest men felt their hearts tighten. His breathing was heavy, his eyes dark and burning, filled with anger, pain, and something deeper, something wounded. People spoke his name in whispers. Children ran at the sound of his roar. Men avoided his gaze. Black Shah was no longer just an animal. He had become a legend. A curse. A test no one dared to face. Before everything broke. Once, Ayan had been an ordinary village boy. He ran barefoot across the fields at dawn, laughing as the cool earth touched his feet. He helped his father carry tools, fetched water from the well, and followed him everywhere like a shadow. His dreams were simple, dreams shaped by soil, sky, and hard work. His father, Rashid, was a poor but honest farmer. His hands were rough, his back always tired, but his heart was strong. Rashid believed in dignity, patience, and kindness, even toward animals others feared. Every creature understands respect, Rashid often said. You just have to speak the right language. Ayan admired his father more than anyone else in the world. Rashid didn't just teach him how to work the land. He taught him how to listen. To animals, to the wind, to silence. Strength isn't in your hands, son, Rashid would say, placing a hand on Ayan's chest. Real strength lives here. Those words stayed with Ayan, even when everything else was taken away. The day that changed everything. 3 years earlier, Black Shah arrived in the village. A wealthy landowner bought him for a fortune. The moment the bull stepped onto the land, people felt it, something was wrong. His eyes were wild, his movements unpredictable. This bull is dangerous, people warned. He's not meant for people. But Rashid believed differently. I've worked with animals my whole life, he said. Fear only makes them worse. That day, Ayan followed his father to the field. He remembered the heat, the silence, the sudden roar. Everything happened too fast. Black Shah panicked. Dust exploded into the air as the bull pulled violently against the chain. Rashid stepped closer, speaking calmly, trying to soothe him. Then it happened. Ayan saw his father thrown to the ground like a broken branch. He screamed. People screamed. But no one moved. The bull stood over Rashid, breathing heavily, the chain rattling like thunder. Rashid survived, but his legs were crushed. He never stood again. That was the day Ayan stopped being a child. Life after the tragedy. The house grew quiet. Laughter disappeared. Hope faded. Ayan became the man of the family overnight. He worked the fields, cared for his mother, and sat beside his father every evening. He woke before sunrise and slept only when exhaustion forced his eyes shut. His hands grew rough. His back ached constantly. His heart hardened. But he never complained. Every time he passed Black Shah's enclosure, his chest tightened. Not with hatred, with pain. The bull had taken his father's future. And chains had taken the bull's freedom. The announcement that shocked the village. One evening, the landowner gathered everyone together. I'm tired of feeding a monster, he announced. Whoever can tame Black Shah will become his owner. Silence fell over the crowd. Men looked away. No one stepped forward. Then Ayan moved. One step. People laughed. He's just a boy. He'll die. Ayan said nothing. His jaw tightened. His eyes stayed fixed ahead. The day of truth. The entire village gathered in the field. Not to see victory, but to witness death. Ayan stood alone before Black Shah. The bull rose onto his hind legs, roaring, pulling the chain so hard the iron screamed. Dust filled the air. Fear spread through the crowd like fire. Ayan gripped the chain. His hands trembled, but his feet stayed planted. Seconds that felt like eternity. Time slowed. Every breath felt heavy. Every heartbeat echoed in his ears. Ayan felt fear. He felt pain. He felt memories crashing into him. He remembered his father's voice. And then, he spoke. Not loudly. Not angrily. I didn't come to break you, Ayan whispered. I came to understand you. The bull froze. The turning point. Ayan stepped closer. He didn't pull the chain. He didn't shout. He breathed slowly, steadily. Black Shah's breathing slowed. The anger in his eyes softened. And slowly, the bull lowered himself to the ground. A victory without violence. The field fell silent. No blood. No screams. No death. Ayan stood beside the creature they had called a monster. The landowner stepped forward. He's yours, he said quietly. A new beginning. Ayan didn't treat Black Shah like a weapon. He treated him like a wounded soul. Over time, the bull changed. And so did the village. Black Shah became strength instead of fear. Ayan became a leader instead of a boy. One night, Rashid said softly from his bed, "You understood what others tried to dominate. The truth that remains." To this day, the villagers say, true victory isn't breaking something. True victory is understanding it. And the field no longer remembers screams. It remembers hope.